Hi, loves. Maya is here. I am sensuality coach and I help people consciously transform their lives with tantric practices. And today I would like to talk on the topic of personal responsibility and how personal responsibility is the key on the spiritual path, on the path of presence, on the path of coming back to your true, authentic, sexy self. Personal responsibility is actually a very big um, part of my personal practice, the way I've been living my whole life, and what put me on the path of being a teacher and being a coach. Um, we have, unfortunately, this setup culturally in our society and in the religion that we conditioned to look for a solution outside of ourselves. We conditioned to look for the perfect relationship or perfect job or perfect family or perfect country or perfect government or perfect president to give us the safety and security and answers to our prayers. And no wonder that the majority of people, regardless whether it's men or women just have slightly more tendency to live in victimhood. And if we trace this, the core of the victimhood is you are placing your attention constantly on other people or things, and you are trying to control the outcome by keeping your attention on them and sometimes making attempts to manipulate, to orchestrate particular events in a particular way. And no wonder when you live in this victimhood mentality, you experiencing a lot of anxiety because you as a human being, you don't have control over another person's life and their actions. And even if you're able to manipulate them into acting in a certain way, it's not going to be sustainable. Because first and foremost, everybody has a free will. And free will is not something that can be taken away in any form or shape. Free will belongs to each individual. And it's like your DNA. It's something that is yours. And there is no human, no power on earth that can manipulate your free will. Even if your free will be manipulated, it's gonna last like 5 minutes. It's still gonna collapse because our free will, it's like this energetic I don't know, like Niagara River stream, right? Like there's no way you can turn it. You can put some blocks, but it's going to be temporarily. So because we all have a free will, it's impossible to make people do what you want. And when you do it, it's never going to give you a satisfaction in any form or shape because it's not something that unfolding on its own. It's something that you are in charge. And as a human, we can be in charge of our lives, our choices, our well-being, and our emotions. We absolutely cannot be in charge of how events are going to unfold. We can put work, we can put effort, we can create a plan, we can try to follow the plan. But there is always this unexpected element that things can turn out in the most unexpected, surprising way. Sometimes the best way that we can even not imagine, and sometimes in unfortunate way. And even still they go in unfortunate way, not according to your plan, but there is still, if you, right, if you're practicing gratitude, if you're practicing your connection to the divine, if you're practicing trusting yourself, you always know that life is happening for you. So when life doesn't go according to your plan, it, right, this challenge simply opens up a new chapter. This challenge opens up a new opportunity that your mind simply does not know. So when we are talking about the concept um, of trust, When we are talking about the concept of self, and when we are talking about, right, the understanding how we operate in this world, sovereignty and knowing who you are and having a very strong sense of self is at the foundation of your well-being. You belong to yourself. You in control of your actions. And we sometimes afraid of this power because in order for us to claim this power and to master this power, we first need to accept and see with the compassion and love the places where we are self-abandoning ourselves, the places where we are letting ourselves down, the places where we are voluntarily keeping ourselves stuck. And they take a full responsibility that, yeah, it's me who's responsible for my own mess. It's not that person outside of myself. And big portion of what I'm teaching my clients is to how become a masters of their attention, how to break this habit that we all have. We all have this habit to put the attention outside of ourselves, and then we living our lives in quotation, but not really our lives. Because as long as your attention is outside of yourself, you are not belonging to yourself. You are not in touch with yourself. You are not living your life. You are not in control of your beautiful potential. You are not authentic. You are not free. You are not expressive. There's always some kind of a limitation and some kind of a struggle. And the way I work with my clients is meditation, movement, embodiment practices, um, mindset reprogramming work, and self awareness, right? Building the muscle of self awareness, learning and understanding who and what you are. Because, as always, the main relationship that you need to fix is relationship with yourself. And it's coming from taking personal responsibility from your life, letting go that childlike codependent victim mentality that there is something or somebody that owns you anything and are in control of your happiness, grieving that process and coming back to your full power. And the credo of my practice is live your power, not your pattern. And it starts with you taking your personal responsibility for your well being. If you would like to work with me, check out my information below. I do one on one work, I teach group classes, and do online events for both men and women. It is my absolute honor to guide you on your path back home to your authentic, sexy self.